Khaalid ibn al-Waalid, defender of the message of truth.
Khalid ibn al-Walid was born into the proud and powerful Banu Makhzum tribe of Quraysh, a lineage of warriors and leaders. From the earliest days of his youth, he exhibited courage, sharp intellect, and exceptional skill in combat. He was fearless on the battlefield, decisive in his actions, and admired for his precision with the sword. Yet, beneath his warrior spirit lay a restless mind and a heart that longed for purpose beyond the ambitions of men and the pride of tribes. As a young man, Khalid's reputation as a formidable commander grew. He led Quraysh armies against the followers of Prophet Muhammad, striking fear into their hearts and demonstrating unmatched military strategy. Every victory he achieved reinforced his confidence and hardened his resolve. But the emptiness inside him only grew. He began to question whether the strength of the sword alone could satisfy the soul, and whether fear and power were truly the measure of greatness. Khalid's turning point came when he witnessed the steadfast faith, discipline, and courage of the Muslims. He saw people willing to face death, poverty, and humiliation for a cause greater than themselves, a truth that transcended worldly power. The realization struck him deeply. No glory could compare to the peace and purpose found in submission to Allah. His heart, long trained in pride and ambition, began to soften and yearn for a higher path. Embracing Islam was a profound transformation for Khalid. The warrior who had fought against the Prophet and his companions now took up his sword for the cause of justice, faith, and righteousness. He understood that true strength was not measured by conquest or fame, but by defending what is right and serving Allah's message with humility. The world had once feared him, but now his courage became a shield for the oppressed and a sword for truth. Khalid's skill in battle was unparalleled. At Mu'tah, he led a smaller Muslim force with strategic brilliance, saving his companions from annihilation. At Yamama, his leadership crushed falsehood while preserving the lives of those who followed him faithfully. His victories were not merely military. They were symbols of faith, triumphing over doubt and discipline over chaos. His sword became an instrument of defense, guided by conscience, faith, and divine purpose. Yet Khalid was not defined solely by his military genius. He embodied discipline, patience, and humility. Despite his successes, he never sought personal glory or positions of power. He remained devoted to the principles of Islam, always aware that honor and victory belong only to Allah. His life reflected a balance between strength and submission, courage and wisdom, action and reflection. Khalid's humanity was evident in the way he treated his soldiers and the defeated. Mercy was part of his code, and justice his guiding principle. He understood that true leadership was not dominance over others, but service, protection, and guidance. His heart, once hardened by pride, had learned empathy and humility through faith, making him not only a warrior, but a man of principle and integrity. Even in his later years, Khalid refused fame and political power. Despite his pivotal role in the expansion of Islam and the consolidation of its message, he accepted only what was necessary to serve the cause. His humility contrasted sharply with the ferocity of his battles, teaching generations that strength without humility is incomplete, and victory without submission to truth is hollow. Khalid's life was a continuous struggle between the human desire for recognition and the divine call to righteousness. He conquered not only lands, but also the ego that once ruled him. In doing so, he became a symbol of redemption, demonstrating that no past is too dark, no mistakes too great, for Allah's guidance to transform a life and channel it toward the defense of truth. Every battle Khalid fought, every strategy he devised, was infused with purpose. He was not merely a man of war, he was a defender of the message of truth, a soldier whose life was dedicated to the service of Allah. His sword was powerful, but it was his faith that made him immortal in the history of Islam. He embodied courage, discipline, wisdom, and devotion in equal measure, showing that a true warrior fights first for what is right, and only then for worldly honor. Khalid ibn al-Walid remains an eternal figure of inspiration. His life teaches that strength must be guided by conscience, courage must be paired with faith, and victories are meaningful only when they defend truth and justice. The sword of Allah was more than a title. It was a reflection of a life lived in devotion, a life that transformed fear into courage, pride into humility, and human skill into a tool for divine purpose. His legacy endures, reminding us that the highest battle a person can fight is the one within, the struggle to live in truth, honor, and faith.